Hi, everyone. So I did this as a webinar because the first one that we did, for some reason, the link got mixed up. And so I wanted to go ahead and do another webinar on how to build an online group and have a successful LuLaRoe online group. So if you're watching me for the first time, I'm Christy Reed. I live in Middle Tennessee. I've been selling LuLaRoe for 2.5 years. I was one of the first 200 consultants. And if you are watching this, you are probably on my downline somewhere, the Lula Stars. And so I'm so happy to have you here. And so I'm just going to get to it. So several of you asked me, what's the difference between an online group and an online page? And so a business page. And the big difference is when a lot of us first started selling LuLaRoe, selling in groups was not really a thing yet. I remember the first few times I sold online, I actually just created an event and just put all my pictures on the event, and people had to search through the news feed to find the pictures. So it's just funny how it's evolved. A Facebook business page is a great thing to have because it's a place where if people are searching on Facebook for LuLaRoe reps in their area, or just just looking for someone to get connected with, it will come up. Another thing about the Facebook page is that it's a way for people to message you directly. Some people feel like that you won't necessarily see their messages if they send it to you through your personal page. So a Facebook business page is a great place to have where your customers can message you. Basically it's a digital business card. You can put all your information there. You can put your calendar on there. A lot of people don't focus on their business pages much anymore because of the rules and the regulations that Facebook has put into play, depending on how many followers you have, how many people have liked your page, whether or not it's going to come up in someone else's news feed. So, but that's really true with everything on Facebook. If someone's turned off the notifications for your group or for your Facebook business page, they're not going to get notifications. And that's why that email address that we discussed in the 72-hour game plan can be very important if someone's turned off their notifications, not because you've annoyed them, just because I know I have most of my notifications turned off on my phone just because we get so inundated with so many dings and bings and read me, read me, read me. So, but both are necessary. The group on Facebook is where most of us do a lot of our interaction with our customers. It's where we do our online sales. It's where we do our giveaways. And that group is the one that you want to mostly focus on building a following on. But both are needed. So creating a Facebook group page. I just want to encourage you not to go on Facebook and to look at all the different groups on there, to look how many to look and see how many people have in their groups. A large number of people in your groups does not mean that that person is selling a ton of LuLaRoe on their page. And just to know, I remember when I got my first 100 followers that liked my business page, and I remember sitting on my couch looking at my husband and like, oh my gosh, I have 100 people that have liked my page. All of us have had to start somewhere. So don't look at where I'm at today and where, someone else that has 16,000 followers, someone that has 2,000 followers, someone that has 500 followers. That is not a negate. It doesn't negate how much they're selling on their page. It negates how many people have been added to their page, but does not mean that they have buyers. So the number one way to really grow your online group is by having home pop-ups. If you have joined LuLaRoe and you plan on doing solely online, I encourage you, if you are physically able, to try to get some home pop-ups here and there, because you're going to build a different relationship with your customers if they're shopping with you one-on-one in person first. If you look at my online group, which I have about 1,900, almost 2,000 on my online group, a large chunk of those first 1,000 people that are on my page came from me doing vendor events, from home pop-ups, from people that came to my home pop-ups or met me at a vendor event, or came to my home and shopped. They have added other people. So all that has grown from building a strong home pop-up business first. And two, I think some of it comes into play, like when someone shops from you in person, they get a better feeling of who you really are, how you interact with them, what your customer service is really like, what your why truly is. And when they get to know you that way, they feel more comfortable shopping with you online and trusting that you're going to send their package and give them good customer service if something doesn't happen right, or if they get the wrong size, or that you're going to handle it and be fair and be generous with them. So home pop-ups is the #1 way to grow your business. And it sounds ironic that you have to have a good home pop-up business to have a good online business, but that really is the truth. There are some ladies in this company that have grown and built teams solely doing it online. But I can tell you that those women that have done it that way have physical reasons of why they have not been able to do home pop-ups. And as soon as they are able and physically ready to get to bring their bins into people's homes and hang up all their beautiful clothes, they are going to do it because they know that there is value in those home pop-ups. Another great way to grow a following and to increase your numbers on your online group page is by doing giveaways. Be generous. Do giveaways as much as you possibly can. I know that when I was in convention last week, I did probably like 4 or 5 giveaways the time that I was out there, and every time I did a giveaway, I just didn't give away one free piece. I gave 3 pairs of leggings or 2 kimonos or a Nicole dress, whatever it may be. Be generous and do lots of giveaways. Even especially too on those weeks that you're not having sales, you want to continue to have something happening on your page, even if you aren't posting to sell. You want people to know that they can come to your page and find something of interest to them, even if you're not posting clothes. So giveaways is a great way to increase your online group. You can also post like on Instagram, #LuLaRoe giveaway, and put the link to your Facebook group on there, and then that's another way to get it. You don't have to solely rely on Facebook to get people to join your Facebook group. Home pop-ups and Instagram are great other tools that you can use. Julie and Angie mentioned this when they did our last webinar that got messed up about playing games with your customers, making your page fun and interactive. It does not need to always be about selling the clothes. Julie was saying, I think it was Angie. No, I think it was Julie. Julie was like, put the little headbands game on and had like a game, like a real board game that she was playing with her customers. And they really enjoyed that, and they loved the interaction with them. So playing any types of games. They suggested, posting something and saying, do you like soda, or do you call it Coke or Pepsi? Or are you a Coke or Pepsi girl? I'm a Coke, by the way. Or you could do you call it soda or pop or Coke? I know when we were at convention, I posted a picture of a theme park and a water park, and I said, which one do you prefer? Because we were going to a water park for the kickoff. It can be anything like that, just creating some type of conversation. And people and then when people comment, just don't leave those comments there. Go back and comment and interact with your customers and let them know that you're reading their comments and that you value that they took the time to play along with you. Being consistent is really important. If you build an online group and you post in it once every 3 weeks, or you only post online to sell once every 3 weeks, those people aren't going to continue to come back to your group. I know I'm a part of a lot of even groups that people have made up for us to interact with each other. And if it's not a group that is consistently someone's posting in it, or consistently is something that I'm going and looking at, I forget that I'm even in that group. So being consistent with posting your calendar, letting people know when to expect when you're going to be posting your inventory online, being consistent with the giveaways that you do, being consistent with everything that you do on your page. There needs to be consistency, so people know. So people know that they can count on you and that you are going to have brand new inventory to show them every time you decide to post. If you don't want to post online weekly, that's okay. For several months, I just posted twice a month. But on those off weeks that I was not posting inventory, I would be doing giveaways, or I'd do a game, or I would post a video and tell people about my week of what I'm doing with LuLaRoe, or share a funny story of something, a funny story or a sad story or a real story about something that happened with me that week with LuLaRoe and how it affected my family's life. Another great way to grow your online group, and this is something that I've been doing for the past few months, which I feel like has really been beneficial, is I'm hosting online parties inside my VIP group. I used to do it the other way. I used to create a brand new group and put all my inventory up, and then the hostess added people to that group. And what I found is that one, it was a lot of work especially if that hostess did not come through. And some hostesses are wonderful and they're going to do absolutely everything that you ask them to do, and they are committed and they want those free clothes. And then some of the hostesses, we know, are just not going to do the work, and they may not have the connections, or their friends may just not be really interested as they think that they will be. So one of the way that I do, I'll come to how I do online pop-ups in my group, but that is another way that I've grown my group number, is by having online pop-ups in my group. And then the last thing, the best way to grow your page is by good customer service and fast shipping. You know, word of mouth, is that what it's called? Word of mouth is the best type of advertising you can have, especially that goes back to having the home pop-ups. If you have a home pop-up and you're super friendly and everyone has a great time and you gave them great customer service, then that friend's gonna, when they go home and they tell people about the pop-up that they just went to, they'll say, oh my gosh, well, she has a Facebook group. Here is her page. Her link is right here on her business card. You should totally join it. I think she posts online like weekly. And then too, like if just having good customer service, those people that shop from you, maybe they got added to your page by someone and they were like, weren't really sure they were that interested, but they've seen and heard great things about your group because you have good fast shipping and you're easy to deal with, and you're always positive, and you always assume innocence of your customers. That's part of having great customer service, is assuming innocence of your customers. Don't assume that everyone's out to get you and that people are dishonest. For the most part, people are honest, and it's better to assume innocence of your customers than to immediately think that they're guilty and that they're just trying to nickel and dime you. Okay, so online pop-ups. When I do an online pop-up in my group, I always post the date so people know when to come back and shop. I changed my header on the top of my thing that says, you know, shopping will begin on, you know, August 2nd at 8:30 Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. In my group at the top, I have a pinned post. You're welcome to join my Facebook group. I have a pinned post at the top, and it gives all the directions in how to shop at that, how to shop in my group. So make sure your shopping group has a pinned post at the top with the directions of how you want them to shop, the shipping information, how quickly you're going to invoice, your exchange policy. All those things need to be included in your pinned post so people can go and get that information at any time to know how you run your page, because all of us run it a little bit differently. So when I do online pop-ups, if I'm having online hostesses, my online group still runs the exact same. Generally, my group always knows when I'm going to post online. So I tell them a time, and then as soon as that time starts, I start uploading my albums. The best way to make albums, there's lots of different things people use. Some people use Shop the Row. I personally do not use Shop the Row yet, just because I haven't transferred over to it, and I'm still just doing some investigating of my own and research. And that's what I would encourage all of you to do. I know a lot of you want to know exactly what all of us do, but the best thing is for you to do your own research and for you to do your own research, basically. Everyone has different things that they understand and different strengths and weaknesses, and something that works for one person may not work for you. And so I just encourage you not to necessarily just follow the pack, but to do your own research and to find things that work best for you and your schedule. And you may start hearing me say quite a bit like Google it, because I feel like some of us are just kind of waiting to be told exactly how to set up their business. And that is not it's not the point of the sponsor or the coach or the trainer to set up your business for you. We are here to train you and to help you, but you have to find what works best for your business. And I can tell you, those of us that started at the beginning, we didn't have someone telling us exactly what to do. We had to figure it out. And I think because we had to figure it out, we have had a lot of, it gives you a lot of ownership in your business too. When something fails, it's okay. You try something else. So just knowing that, you know, the way that you upload your albums, some people use Shop the Row. I build files on my computer and I just upload it all at once. But on the online pop-ups, basically what I do is I post it on my page, and I invite people, if they want to be a hostess, to contact me. And I have no more than 3 hostesses at a time. And those hostesses will I will set up an event for those hostesses, just like I do my home pop-ups. And the big thing I think that's helped with my online pop-ups recently is that I have put on, when my online hostess gets her email from me with all the information that she needs to know about what she needs to do as an online hostess, I also send her 3 pictures of sizing guides for her 3 favorite styles. So it gives her something to post on the event besides just me posting, because the more that you can get the hostess to post on her event, post pictures of herself, post the sizing guides, post what she's excited about seeing, posting, guess what, shopping starts in an hour, anything that hostess can post, it's going to create more buzz with her friends and make them more interested. They don't know you, they don't trust you, but they trust their friend. And so the more that you can get the hostess to post on the event, that is key. So hostess requirements, really the big thing is that I ask the hostess to be involved on the event page, and that everyone that RSVPs yes or maybe to the event, that they add them to my VIP shopping page. Now, I do not allow them just to add everyone that they've invited to the event. I don't think that's fair to their friends that didn't RSVP. If they weren't interested, I don't want them in my group. I would love to have them if they're interested, but I know what it's like to be added to groups that you don't want to be involved in, or that you're not interested in. Give it long enough. People are going to be want to be involved in your groups and your online sales when they figure out what LuLaRoe is. But those people that are new to LuLaRoe just may not want to be, or don't know what it is. They may just not be interested right now. And that's okay. Or they may have a consultant that they already shop from and they don't want to be added to the group. So I just tell my hostesses, part of your requirement is just not to go through and add every single friend because you want to get free clothes. We only add people to the shopping group that have RSVP'd yes or maybe. Also, the same thing in the online group, I give all the directions of how to shop. So in the event page where that hostess is posting pictures and I'm posting information, in that I explain how to shop. I have graphics with things circled of this is how you can find the albums. You need to explain that to all those people that are new to Facebook and shopping with a hostess. They are new to your page. You can even put those pictures on your pinned post. On your pinned post, you should have pictures of how to find albums, how to shop on your page. A lot of people don't necessarily know how to find albums especially if they're using their cell phone. They don't know how to find the albums to shop from you. So help them do that. Also, when you're doing online pop-ups as a whole from your group, I always allow, on my Google Doc when people are checking out, it says that I have 24 hours to send them an invoice. So I have 24 hours to send them an invoice. They have 24 hours to pay. And then I say as soon as it's paid, it will be shipped within 2 business days. So if someone, shops for me on Friday, 2 business days would be really that Monday or Tuesday, but generally I'll get it out on Monday. I try to get everything out really, really quickly because I know that when I order something, I love to get it quickly. And that's why people shop online, is so they can have fast, quick service and not have to leave their home. Some general questions that I just wanted to cover that I saw on our LulaStars page. Shipping, what do you use for shipping? I can tell you, if you're going to ship a lot, then I would encourage you to get a shipping.com or Shipping Easy or a stamps.com account. I personally have a stamps.com. I did not do any research on Shipping Easy, but that's one of those things. Research it yourself, find what works for you, see look at the reviews, see what works and what you prefer. A lot of people ask me about the label makers and all those different things. I personally still have not bought one of those laser printers. I am getting closer to purchasing one of those. They were on sale on Amazon and I missed it by just a second. And so what I plan on doing is I will eventually buy one of those. But right now when I ship maybe 40 packages the most, and my printer can handle that. And so I just buy the ones off Amazon. Most of my business supplies I buy off Amazon. I buy my shipping labels off of Amazon. I buy my little poly mailers off Amazon. But once again, find what works for you. Find what you like, how you want your business to be represented. You don't have to copy the mold. There's no right or wrong way to ship your packages. I would just say make it sure it looks presentable and nice. Think about how if you just spent $50 or $60 with a consultant, how would you want that package to look when you received it? And then some people are, one of the questions on the Lula Stars page was Shop the Row versus Google Doc. What are the pros and cons? I've heard great things about Shop the Row. I've heard not so great things about Shop the Row. Just know that Shop the Row is not endorsed by LuLaRoe. So at any point, if that service is no longer available, or if something messes up or it doesn't work the way that you want it to, it's not endorsed by LuLaRoe. It doesn't mean you can't use it. You most certainly can. I personally use a Google Doc just because I haven't researched Shop the Row yet, nor do I haven't had a lot of time to do that right now. So I use the Google Doc. It works great for me. I love the way that I can keep up with what's been ordered. I can go and do my bookkeeping at the end of the month for my online sales. I can upload my Google Doc to a CVS form and put it into stamps.com. So Google Doc works well for me. If you're not sure how to make a Google Doc, Google it. And there's lots of fun ways that you can make that Google Doc your own. I know on my page, you're more than welcome to look at my Google Doc and see the types of questions that I ask. But yeah, it's just whatever your preference is of what you would like to use. Keeping up with inventory while you're selling online and while you are selling online and while you are still having home pop-ups, you have to be organized. I'm just going to tell you, it's about organization and about remembering what you're going to do. I never have my inventory posted for more than 24 hours. And so at the end of, and I would never have my inventory posted while I'm having a home pop-up. Those two would not be going on at the same time. So as soon as my online pop-up is over, I will go to my albums and I will delete the pictures that I sold. Okay, sorry. My husband just texted me. And then if I have a home pop-up, I have made it a habit, and it's part of my checkout routine. You've got to make it part of your checkout routine to take a picture of everything that you sell. I just put the shirt in front of me, I put the tag and the size, and I take a picture of it. And so when I get home, the first thing that I do is I delete those pictures from my albums, and that way I try to keep it as clearly as possible. I know if you use Shop the Row, you still have to go and delete those pictures. So Shop the Row keeps your pictures for you, but unless someone's clicking on it from the online link, you're still going to have to go and delete those pictures. And then the last question that someone had asked about was Facebook jail. I personally have never been in Facebook jail, but I think if you look at most people that post online, they have everything in the picture that you need to know. So you need to know the size. You need to know maybe the consultant's name, not necessarily. But the big thing is just knowing the size. And then so basically, when I post online, at the beginning of my group, I put at the beginning of the album, I'll put the style, I'll put the price, and then I will put the link inside the description of to go to the Google Doc to check out. The biggest way that people get into Facebook jail is because they're putting too many descriptions on each individual picture, or you're copy pasting a lot on each individual picture, giving it a description. So the less amount of typing you can do when you're uploading the album, you should be fine. Because if everything's in your album, like the sizing guides at the beginning, the price and the size is all there, you shouldn't have to type a lot of descriptions on the pictures. And so you should not be getting put in Facebook jail. So that's kind of how that works. So, so I guess this is all the video that I'm going to do right now. I said that I was going to keep it right at 30 minutes. Since we didn't do this one live where you all could, I wanted to do this recorded. Some people have been watching. I had no idea on YouTube if you're watching. Thanks for watching. If you have questions about anything that I discussed, just private message me or just put it underneath the discussion when I load the link to our Lula Stars page. But that's it. That's the training for today, and I hope that was helpful and beneficial. And I will see hopefully several of you all this Friday at the local training that we have here at my house. And if you're not local and you're not going to be here, that's okay. I'm going to Facebook Live some of it inside the Lula Stars group. So we will give you some great information from convention. Okay? All right, guys. Have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.